Welcome back. Thank you for staying with AgriTalk. I'm still with Leonard Muruai. He was the executive chairman, executive officer for Robusta Coffee in Kenya. And we are talking about the coffee sector.
Yes.
So how are these, has there been any change or any help that is coming from the county government and all the things you've talked about, and also if still the national government is still helping out?
Yes. 2 years ago, they wrote a memo, the directorate wrote a memo. Actually, sometimes I'm not in the county government, but we work closely, bridging, work closely bridging between the directorate and the county, especially county of Busia. And there's a memo telling them to streamline or to make laws, on coffee. Actually, they wanted somebody from coffee directorate to come and help them set up the rules. Although they're still a bit slow, but we are really working hard that it happens. So at least one, the coffee says, and licenses will go to the counties. I'm happy with the Busia County that ever since we started in 2014, they've been giving us support. One, giving us a platform to share something on coffee. I've actually been taken up to the to the county forums, Kirinyaga and all that, devolution conferences by the county. They've given us seedlings, over 50,000 seedlings yearly, to give to farmers free from the county government. They've also allowed us to work closely with the agriculture department, the CEC, the director, and the ward officers, that whenever we want to talk to farmers, they're always there to give us support. So I know in the long run, the counties are going to work closely with the national government to improve the coffee subsector.
Okay.
Yes.
There's also the coffee sector reforms that are ongoing. What is your take, and do you support the reforms?
Yes, I do. I've been in the coffee industry for a while, and I support, because with that, somebody somewhere is understanding what the coffee farmer is going through. And my only appeal is that I appeal to them to also listen to the farmers more, not just officials. Let them engage with the farmers. They'll realize why we don't have faith in the coffee subsector.
Okay.
Yes.
We've also seen a lot of multinationals coming in to the coffee sector.
Yes.
We have Fair Deal. Is it Fair Deal?
Yeah, Fair Deal.
We have Nestle. How are you working with them, or is there a tug of war between them, you and them, or there is a good working relationship?
We can't have a tug of war. I know, like in early soluble coffees, it's important. Actually, Kenya takes a lot of soluble coffees from the multinationals. But now that we're coming up, if our production levels increase, I know they'll be happy to work with a local entity than importing. Yes.
Okay. In terms of pricing, how are the prices at the moment?
For Robusta, we're still low. We're still low because we haven't hit the international market, or neither have we hit the auction. And that's why the coffee director met me last week, and the idea that we try as much as possible to mop all the Robusta that is available. At least they can give it a catalog to the auction. But for Arabica, I know it's a high. Okay.
Let's talk also about how do you sell it now? Do you still sell it as raw, or you have new packaging? How do you do that now?
Yes. Now, initially, we used to process, then just put in a package like this. But because this is a khaki package, it's a bit porous. Yes. So you lose it. You smell it. You lose it. The smell is going out.
Oh, you lose a lot of.
Yes. So yeah, so as a society, we are trying to look at people to come on board to help us on packaging. Yeah. Also, you know, coffee. Most of the coffee in Kenya is sold in has been going out as raw. Yeah, it's called the green. But the more you value it, the better for the farmer. So you're trying to get a package like this, yeah, that will not allow the smell to disappear. Yeah, but you can also get, if you want to know how it is, then there's this mark, yeah, that you just put, and then you'll find, yeah, you'll get the smell of the coffee. Okay. Yes.
So in terms of this packaging,
yes,
this is how many kilos?
This is half a kilo.
So what is the cost compared to if I package mine on this one?
Yes.
And this one?
Yes.
What's the difference?
This is 500 yeah, shillings, yeah, for the pack. This is about 300. So yeah, because by the time it reaches the shelves and you sell, the smell will have gone. Yeah.
So people complain that you sold us some defective coffee.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So where do you get the materials of doing this, and where is this kind of packaging done?
For this, it's Café del Duca that has been doing the packaging for us. Okay. Then it gets market in some of the hotels, offices, and also supermarkets. Okay. Yeah. I know if you go to Carrefour, you'll get Café del Duca. Just ask for Café del Duca product. You'll be supporting Robusta. Okay. Yes. So
going forward, what plans do you have?
We have big plans as a Robusta entity. Robusta produces 60 kilos per tree optimum. So if we have 300 farmers, we can produce what the whole of Kenya is producing. 50,
how many?
300 farmers.
Okay.
With the production, and if a farmer has an average of about 100 trees, yeah, will produce more, because the production level, the production cost for Robusta is less. The more the rains rain in Western, the more the robust the trees and the more the production. Unlike the Arabica, when a small shower, it goes down with coffee berry disease. Okay. Yes.
I thought earlier you said you are working now with 300 farmers.
Yes. Yes.
So why are we not, or you're still in the process of getting there?
No, we have 300 farmers, but still have not an average of 100 trees per farmer. Some have even 5,000, some have one. Yeah. Then also, the mode of the activities that we do with coffee, some of them are still with big trees. So we're still going to conversion levels, yeah? And as we convert, we get young trees that produce more. So once the whole process is done, and have an average of 300 to even 1,000, we'll produce more. Take the statistics for Uganda. Okay. There's a society in Bugiri, it's called Busoga, with 300 farmers. They produce what Kenya produces, because that's Robusta.
You had also talked that in that region,
yes,
there are close to 2,000 farmers,
yes,
that grow.
Active ones.
Active ones. But you only work with 300.
Yes.
So where these 1,700, what do they do, or where do they take their coffee?
Most of these farmers are still taking to Uganda. As I told you, they have social issues, yeah, and they need cash, hapo. Cash. We are still small. We don't have enough cash to buy back this coffee. Two, I've been working with the county government and about to put, I think this year, they put coffee under their county as a county crop. So with that, as they perennially help the farmer getting fertilizer the way they do maize every year, they give them seed every year, all these farmers will be now indebted to the county government. And then we can now get all the coffee that they have. There's a farmer, for the last 5 years, I've gone to his farm, asking him, he has a very good farm in a place called Adungosi. please give us your coffee so that we can help you. And he tells me, no, Waganda washanipatia pesa. So I'm indebted to them. I have to pay them first before I can give to anybody else. So because they come once you have a good farm, they give you a deposit. And some farmers are very loyal. They cannot break that chain. So, but as we continue to train them, they're now going to be indebted. 2, if we have people like the new KPSU now, which is giving us a cherry fund, yeah, as an advance, we are able to start giving them money, buying this coffee early enough. And so no much coffee is going to go across. Because the issue is sometimes a farmer has very good trees, very good coffee, ripe, but then kuvuna hiyo kahawa ni shida. Yes, and because some of them are old and don't have wajuku, the wajukus don't want to work. Yeah, so he has to have money to employ people to pick that coffee. Okay. So going forward, once that's done, the help of the county government, the trainings to the farmer, and the cherry fund, I'm sure in the next 1 or 2 years, we'll see us on the coffee auction.
Okay.
Yes.
And what steps is the government taking? Because I'm thinking if someone can come from another country,
yes,
pay my farmer to supply them, isn't that a diplomatic issue?
Not really, because when you're at the border, next time you come, I'll get your farm next to the border, you'll see. Part of your homestead will be in Kenya and the farms will be in Uganda. Or the farm is in Kenya, your homestead is in Uganda, because it's porous and so some things you can't control. But I'm happy that the Coffee Directorate is coming up to address that. Yeah, we've been with them most of the time. There have been seminars, they've called me, and that's why they hastened us to have that registered society. Yeah, so that at least we can help one another to aggregate that coffee and get it back to Kenya. And I'm sure once that is done, I'm sure even the coffee from Uganda is going to come to Kenya again along the border. Because sometimes you can't. Where's Zuia? Yes.
Do you have a timeline or a tentative in your own plans to achieve all this? Do you have, let's say, by the year 2030 or 20 something, you've been able to reach more of these 1,700 farmers?
Yes. Having been in coffee for all this time, we have friends. We've now gotten partners like you now. Yeah? Because once this is going out, the multinationals you're talking about, they realize there's a potential for pasta. And once they come in, the next 2, 3, or 4 years, I think 5 years is maximum, all those farmers that come on board, and all this coffee will be Kenyan coffee, because somebody will be happy to help us, yeah, here than import coffee from from other countries. Okay. Yes.
There's something also you've brought up about the age of the Kenyan farmer.
Yes.
Roughly, what is the age of the Kenyan farmer when it comes to the coffee sector?
If I'm 52, it must be about 60. Yeah, because we go for these meetings, and more times, so I'm happy Cafe Del Duca brought in some program that for the trainings, the man comes with the lady, with the wife, yeah, and even with the son. And the lady, we will give them, as more ladies come, we will give them more support, yeah, so that at least we bring that, yes, to encourage more. So right now, what we've done, like the program they're doing with us, that we are recruiting more widows and young men. Because the issue that has been happening with the Kiambu, that when Mzee dies, then the son looks at it as coffee ni kitu ya kusumbua, then he sells us plots. It's also coming down there. Because Mzee akona watoto 5, then anagawa shamba. Then I'm given where there's coffee, and na hii miti ya sijai kula faida yake. So jamaa na prut.
So they uproot and
Yes,
sell the plots.
So we are encouraging, in our database, they were putting the age of the farmers there. We're also trying to see if we can get somebody to support us, that we keep the women groups. Yeah? Yeah. Like I was in Uganda sometimes, and there's a group for coffee, women in coffee, which is doing a lot of things. Like the COVID thing, that making masks. Yeah. They're making masks. They're giving out a packet like this. Yeah. They want to sell your coffee. They're giving out these coffee machines. Yeah. And a blender and a grinder. A grinder is 1,500, another is 1,500. Then they give you one packet of their coffee. So you'll run quickly to buy those things, then get the coffee. So baada hiyo kahawa kuisha, where do you go?
You go back.
You go back to buy here. Yeah. Two, we started a program that we are also looking for somebody to assist us. When you come to most of the towns in Busia County, you'll find women and young men working with cans, coffee cans. Yeah? Yes, coffee cans. That is our coffee.
So they are selling
Yes.
brewed coffee already?
Very early in the morning when cane cutters are going to work, 5 o'clock, somebody will be there passing the coffee. So morning and evening you'll find guys with coffee cans, just to improve the local market and also the local people to do uptake of coffee. Yeah, so that we increase the local market. So that are some of the initiatives we are bringing out. So that the young men can understand why coffee is important.
Okay. So as we wind up,
Yes.
there's another thing also that you brought up, that when the old men pass,
Yes.
and they divide the land,
Yeah.
the young people end up selling it. My issue is the subdivision of land. Do you think, even as you try and get to these 1,700 farmers who are not selling coffee to you or not your members, don't you think by the time you get to them, there will be not enough farms if they continue the subdivision of land?
Yes. That's why the training is very important. That let the agricultural land, be agricultural land. Yeah.
Is there any legislation coming up, or is there anything that the county is doing?
Not yet as per now. Yeah. But we assume, like in Western, that we still have a lot of land. That soon is going to be like Kiambu and all the other areas. But I think before it happens, and learning from what's happening in these sites, we need that legislation, both from the counties and the nation, so that we say these ones, these parcels of land are agricultural land. And there's a time we were discussing something with the county government of Busia, and say, Samia, let's say, Samia is a bit semi-arid kidogo. Yeah, there's a coffee belt, but the other parts are a bit dry. But they are very good in a certain particular crop. So you say that particular sub-county should be producing this particular crop. Then the other one, that very well good soils, like Nambare, Teso South, Teso North, and the back in Kahawa, and even Butula. Yeah, and Butula is very good with the groundnuts. So you say, let Butula produce groundnuts, the peanut. And then, so that way I think we're going to go a long way. But it's still a challenge, because even bringing that legislation might be a challenge with the common mwananchi or the farmer.
Okay. Yes. So what advice can you give to young people as you're in this journey trying to improve and increase the volumes of coffee, or the Robusta coffee coming from Western Kenya? What advice can you give to young people who don't see that kind of work as productive?
My advice has been and will always be that you can't go wrong with an agricultural activity. And in Western now, apart from sugarcane, it's coffee. And with the production of Robusta coffee in Western and in Busia County in particular, a young man will not go wrong. Yeah, he'll still do his other things, and because it's less tedious. By the way, In Robusta, you don't do pruning or heavy pruning the way you do it the other side in Arabica. Yeah, so it's less. Once you plant it, it's less time consuming. Yeah, so you can still do other things, your border, but still maintain the crop. Okay. Yes.
So going for if I come to Busia next year at a time like this,
yes,
what should I expect from you and your coffee?
One, the production level. Yeah, you expect to see a silo for Robusta. Two, for our partners who are listening to us, let's be the first county, Busia County, to produce an instant coffee plant in Kenya. Okay. And we have the market is there. So if you come next year and our listeners come on board, you'll have our instant coffee from Busia. Labeled Busia Robusta instant, whichever way, just like the Nescafe.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Leonard. I think we'll end there for today.
Yes.
That has been a very constructive and very informative section on Robusta coffee.
Yes.
And we are looking forward next year at a time like this or before a time like this, we'll try and find a way of getting to you in Busia and see what you've been doing.
I invite you there.
Okay,
the next interview you're going to do at the farm.
Okay.
Yes.
For our viewers back at home, I am sure you've also learned a lot. And also you've learned that the instant coffee that you always have, either in coffee shops in town or you buy from the shelves, most of the time it's Robusta coffee. And with that, that is the end of today's show. Until next time, goodbye.